So, good day everyone. I am Satria Dawa, and today we're going to discuss one of the famous poets during the Victorian era. So, Elizabeth Barrett Browning, she was born in 1806 and died in 1861. She is mostly known for her collections of sonnet called the Sonnet from the Portuguese. Although the whole collections is important, but one of the famous is Sonnet 43, which is entitled How Do I Love Thee? So this is probably the most famous and often quoted love poem in English. So this sonnet perfectly show Elizabeth's passionate and emotional style. So the poem lasting popularity comes from its honest and sincere expressions of deep love, its strong imagery, and its explorations of the many sides of romantic love. So it is still popular today, even though it was written during the Victorian era. So before we explain the literary device and of course the meaning of the poem, let us read it first. How Do I Love Thee? Sonnet 43 by Elizabeth Barrett Browning. How do I love thee? Let me count the ways. I love thee to the depth and breadth and height. My soul can reach one feeling out of sight, for the ends of being an ideal grace. I love thee to the level of every day's most quiet need by sun and candlelight. I love thee freely as men strive for right. I love thee purely as they turn from grace. I love thee with a passion put to use in my old griefs and with my childhood faith. I love thee with a love I seems to lose. With my last saints, I love thee with the breath. Smile tears of all my life, and if God choose, I shall put love thee better after that. So after reading the poems, let's now explain what is the meaning of poems. So the sonnet start with a simple seeming questions. How do I love thee? Let me count the ways. This immediately set the poem main idea and creates a feeling of intimacy and playful challenges. So the speaker then lists the way she loves going from the vast and spiritual to the depth and breadth and height. My soul can reach to the ordinary and everyday to the level of everydays. Most quite me, these contrasts show how encompassing her love is, including both big emotions and small daily moments. So when it comes to the structure of the poems, it reflects the first four lines, which is quatrains, show the huge size of her love, going beyond the physical and into the spiritual. So the next four lines, which is the second quatrains, shift to the everyday parts of love, highlighting its steadiness and quiet strength. And the next six lines or two tercets further explain the depth and length of her love, connecting into the past sadness, childhood beliefs, and even the idea of love lasting after death. The final two lines give a powerful and moving ending, suggesting her love will only grow stronger even after death. So that is the explanations of uh, the Elizabeth poem, which is entitled How Do I Love Thee? So in that poem, there are literary devices that used by Elizabeth Barrett Browning. So first here's is anaphora. So the anaphora, the repetitions of I love thee and the start of several lines create a strong rhythm and emphasize the intensity and many ways of her love. This is crucial in making the poem emotionally powerful. Next is hyperbole. The speaker uses hyperbole or exaggerations to express the vastness of her love, praise like to the depth and breadth, and height, and also my soul can reach are clearly exaggerations, but they successfully show the overwhelming nature of her feelings. Next is the metaphor. So in metaphor, the poem is full of implied metaphors. For examples, comparing love to the ends of being and ideal grace, suggests that love is linked to a higher purpose and spiritual fulfillment. And the last is imagery. So Elizabeth uses strong sensory images, especially in the second quatrains, to make the abstract idea of love more concrete. So the image of sun and candlelight evoke warmth and comfort, further highlighting the everyday nature of her life. So, in short, How Do I Love Day isn't just a list of ways to love. It is a deep explorations of love, depth, breadth, and lasting power, achieved through a skillful use of the various literary techniques that Elizabeth uses in the poem. So that will be all for my report.